Hey Brian, how's it going? So I had a chance to dive into your site, and yeah, there's a lot we can go over. Um, so let's just start with the site itself. There's a lot of errors in this menu where things don't necessarily go where they're supposed to go. But let's just start with the site as a whole. I love the brand. Um, I think the messaging is really good. Like overall, I think it's really easy to understand what you do, how to get a hold of you. Like overall, the flow, the UI, everything. It's really good. I like the headings. I like these little sections. Looks like your web guy is they're really good at design, and they're really good at bringing your brand forward. Um, but there's definitely a lot lacking when it comes to SEO, and I kind of see why in a couple different places. One is just like your lipo away service. I see that like you personally have it trademarked, which is brilliant for when you're running ads. However, the problem is if somebody's searching for liposuction because you kind of hide, some of the other methods that it's called because you're spending so much on ads, you want to protect the fact that you're advertising your own brand, and I totally get that. It's brilliant. But the problem is you want some parts of your website that aren't like actually a part of your main website that can still essentially like grab the search traffic because nobody's really searching for lipo away unless they've already heard of you or seen one of your ads, which are great. We'll get into that too. Um, but if somebody's searching for liposuction Phoenix or liposuction Scottsdale, you don't show up. So you're really only ranking for your own keywords that either you create or your own brand name keywords like House of Confidence. You're not really getting much like spillover on a lot of your other services in Scottsdale. So let me go into that a little bit more. So some of these pages, like this is exactly what you want here. It'd be a little bit more powerful if this was like in your H1 tag. That could make a big difference. Um, but this one seems to be okay, where it's actually talking about dermal fillers. But you want everything around this page, at least for now, until you expand. And when you expand, you'll just need different location pages. And you should really have another one that wraps around the keyword in Phoenix. So dermal fillers in Scottsdale, dermal fillers in Phoenix. They should really be the H1. And then you should have, you should really have like slash Scottsdale here too. So that you're kind of like showing where your locations are. And then you should also have this keyword, this long tail keyword, repeating a couple times throughout the copy so that Google really knows like, okay, they've used this keyword 3 times. I know that like they're trying to promote, this one says med spa in Scottsdale. That should be what your homepage kind of wraps around, med spa in Scottsdale. Um, but the fact that you have all these pages broken up is great. I love it. They just need some keyword finessing to really make them more powerful. Um, let me try to find one that like just isn't going the right place. I guess that these are just kind of like different ways to say that you provide the service. Let me see what else. I thought I found some that just didn't. Yeah, like that one. Regenerative medicine, joint therapy goes to dermal fillers, and maybe you do that on purpose. Maybe there's something I don't know about dermal fillers that actually you can do, but no, that wouldn't make sense. Hormone replacement therapy would be not dermal fillers. So yeah, just a couple little issues here. Not a big deal. You just need to create the copy for it. So yeah, just some of your on-page SEO is definitely lacking a little bit. There's tons of room for improvement, actually. And let's see what else I found. So you use some of these. No, not that one. Wrong tab. So you use awake liposuction and you use natural fat transfer. I know that those are like the keywords of what you're using, but a lot of people aren't really searching those. So natural fat transfer, breast augmentation, that's your keyword that you really want to be going for in Scottsdale. So everything that you have built right now should be in Scottsdale. And then you could either create another page that says, whatever your keyword is in Phoenix, or you can just do in Scottsdale and Phoenix. There's a couple different strategies that you can go about, but you're definitely going to want the Phoenix keyword in there more, because I know you're located in Scottsdale, but a lot of people are in the Phoenix area, don't mind driving to go get one of your procedures. So you might as well broaden that reach via your keywords to Phoenix as well, because it's 4 times the search volume when you're also targeting Phoenix. Wake liposuction, again, very small. Let's see what else comes up here. 59 searches per month. That's your trademark, which I do love. I think it's a brilliant idea to kind of since you're spending so much money on ads, to go ahead and create your own brand version. So that when people search, you pop up. And whenever you search lipo away, you do pop up. So that's good. But these terms need to be integrated into your site more, because these are the ones with most of the traffic. You need an actual liposuction page, a lipo 360 page, lipo away. There's nothing really there. It's there's 20 searches per month, but that's why you're not getting a ton of site traffic, because you're not targeting the broad stuff. So it's fine to protect the names of the service and kind of give your own unique name, especially when you're advertising. I love that. But when it comes to SEO, you've got to play the game of what everyone else is searching for. So you've got to use the keyword BBL on a page, or Brazilian butt lift, and then go ahead and use that traffic of what people are actually searching, and then bring them to your site. And these are going to be off page pages. So they're not a part of your main site. They're just somewhere that you have on your website where you can be found for specific keywords, as mentioned here. I think we could easily double this, if not triple it, with just a little bit more of an aggressive keyword strategy. Also, you got to get your domain authority up. There's a bunch of ways to do that. You have relatively low backlinks, so your backlinks boost your domain authority. And your domain authority is essentially telling Google on the web, hey, I exist here, and it's proof coming from all of these sites that are linking to me. So you got to think of it the more sites you have linking to you, the more juice, and the more your site gets strong, and the bigger your domain authority get. So the more link juice they're sending you, the more you're telling Google, okay, this site's a big deal. I'm raising their domain authority. And the reason why that matters is because when you Google search something, domain authority is a big factor in how high you can punch in terms of Google authority. So you can have really great copy on your page that's absolutely perfect SEO copy, but unless and if somebody has a domain authority of 40, you won't compete against their mediocre copy and their mediocre page, when yours actually might be answering the question better. Sometimes you can, but usually, the way to offset that is just to get your domain authority up by getting more backlinks. So yeah, let's take a look at, this is another site that I work on. You see there's tons of backlinks, lots of organic keywords as compared to, where's your site audit here? Okay, I lost your site, but it was somewhere. But you have, let's just go to your backlinks. 22. Domain authority is 7. So it'd just be important to get that up. This is one of your backlinks, and this is one of your backlinks, which I see that you have like a whole nother service. This could definitely use some SEO as well. Um, injection training at Scottsdale, and then whatever else you want to do for training. And I get it. In the beauty business, training is a big, big part of the business model because it essentially allows you to charge 5 to 10x a service just to teach somebody how to do it. It also builds your network and your connections, and yeah. So this could definitely use some SEO as well. Yeah, so these are your main visits. Down from here is 0. So the only thing people are finding you on for Google is House Confidence, House Med Spa, House Confidence Reviews, or Unicorn Facial. That's only 2. Most of them are just direct brand searches. Like you have other keywords, but they're just not really doing much for you. They're really high positioned. Like, this is like 5, 6, 7, 8 page. And like 70 to 80% of traffic is on the first 4 listings when you go to Google. The first 4 organic listings get 70, 80%. The rest kind of get like 5, 6, 7, might get split the other 20%. So really, you want to try to get in those top 4. I know that that can be hard for specific keywords, but it's doable. And you can also just like, you can target long tail, more specific keywords, and then just like grow the terms of like the size of your site. So you're reaching out to like all these other areas, as I mentioned, you know, mentioned here. So what you can do is, let's just take like Lipo 360. And I think I have that coming up here. Yeah. So BBL. So these are like all the keywords that have to do with BBL. You can write blogs around these things specifically. Like you could have a blog post of how many treatments to see results, and then like also localize it so it's in Scottsdale, but then you're getting a little bit of like national traffic. And I don't think national traffic hurts with your stuff, because people that are getting these procedures, a lot of them don't mind flying. And the fact that you're in Scottsdale, people are like, oh yeah, I'll take a little vacation and then I'll get my stuff done and fly home or whatever. So um, yeah, I don't think that that would hurt to have a little bit more like a national reach on some of your stuff, especially because you want to expand anyway. You could use some of that if you were to target a lot more of these broad keywords and not necessarily just put them in Scottsdale. Like obviously you want that, at least the keyword Scottsdale in there once. Um, but you'll also get ideas of maybe where to put your next couple. And I think that Texas would definitely be a good one. There's just so much cosmetic stuff in Texas, but there's also tons of competition there. So um, you might just be able to use some of this data to figure out where you want to put your other ones. Again, Lipo 360, these are just a bunch of the keywords that you can essentially put on a page, or like you can either do a strategy where you're taking multiple keywords, building a really comprehensive page around, a couple of these and then group them together, or you can piecemeal these out and do little blogs on each keyword and revolve all the copy around it. And if you do this, your SEO is just going to be way stronger. Like I'm fairly positive I could triple your traffic, if not quadruple it. Again, I do love the site. And your ads, like this one that you guys just did, looks like you guys just posted it October 25th. Like this one's dope. Like these must convert pretty well. or at least get a ton of exposure. They're great at it. So I think that your ad guys, without and I don't mind helping you get a second opinion on your ads in terms of like spend, cost per lead, and all that stuff, and like looking at your metrics and kind of helping you just have a second opinion on what they're doing. But from everything that I can see, it's at least fair. Um, I think that like some of your automation follow up, because I filled out one part of the section. I think some of your like automations in your follow up could be a little bit more aggressive. Um, your emails, your texts, uh, maybe like I know that's tough because you have to stay HIPAA compliant with this stuff. So, but Go High Level definitely has HIPAA compliance built in. I'm not sure what you're using on your back end. I can't see that stuff. So, just kind of trying to do my best to give you a thorough review here with the stuff that I can see. Your YouTube, she's great at content. They both are. Um, and I like that you guys upgraded the the fits, the scrubs, because the black were good, but like these colors just go so well with your brand. It was a really good idea to upgrade those. Um, but you guys should. I know it's a pain, and I know it takes a lot of effort. But you guys should really find some easy, systematic way to create more long form content, because you have everything that you need on the team. Like right now, you're just kind of like repurposing your short form content from Instagram and pulling it over to YouTube, which is fine. You should definitely be doing that. But you definitely need a little bit of a long form content strategy so that people, when they're unsure, especially if you go back to like some of these keywords and you turn them into blogs first, and then you just like get the bullet points of everything to talk about, and then you like essentially take BBL and you answer a bunch of these questions in a blog where you're just kind of like going back and forth, then it's just going to give because it's not a cheap service, so it's going to give them more retention, essentially, like be able to bounce around and then find more of the answers themselves without ever having to go to another place on the web. Um, so I do think that like your long form strategy could definitely be improved. This landing page is pretty good, but there's just like little things. 2024 is almost over. It's not really being started off anymore. You guys do have an exit intent on here. Like usually if I'll go off the page, it'll still go. This form is okay. I just feel like, I'm not sure how much you guys have been A/B testing this, but I feel like it's possible it could be a little bit better. Um, this messaging is pretty clear, but I feel like it could be perhaps a little bit stronger. Um, but then again, I'm not one to say, data is a funny thing. So if you guys have been testing it, this one works great, cool. But if you haven't been testing it, then I would just recommend doing a little bit more tests on this, because if you are spending the money that you said that you're spending each day, you just want to make sure that the system's functioning as optimally as possible, um, from ad to booking. And I also never got a phone call, so I don't know if people are supposed to call me. I didn't go all the way through the consultation. I just filled out this first section, not the second section. But you guys could probably raise conversion rates by a lot by just getting a VA or somebody on the phones. It is really important um, to get those conversions. You just get a lot more direct access to the customer. Um, I love these testimonial. The testimonial section is great, but there is something weird. Vimeo is meant to, you can choose these players. I'm pretty sure you can remove all these, but you don't really want all of these here if you don't have to. And so when it ends, you can choose what videos go here. And I don't even know if these are for your company, but they're all like for a laser away. They're not really. So maybe this is who does your marketing. But she needs to change this, because when you play this video, It's about Evolve Skin Bar. Um, it's not about you. So she can either like have a link that goes here that also says book a consult that would go to this pop up, or she can put your videos here. But unless you are Evolve Skin Bar, I don't think that's very good for your business. Um, it's a little mistake, but if you're driving this much traffic to your site, you know, it's not great. Um, and it should be the same service. So, Lipo Away, there's only 20 searches per month. Um, so just when it comes to your search strategy, I love that you're creating these little niche keywords for your ads, but you've got to have somewhere on the site that's going after the more broad stuff, like liposuction Scottsdale, because there's 260 a month versus just the 20. And you've created this. And other people, so like when you search lipo away, also I can see that you're probably not running any Google ads because I've actually done quite a few searches on this topic. So I don't think that you're running Google ads. Like I said at the conference, um, you just need to use it as a broom. So like $100 a day, just enough to like do lipo away keyword so that somebody else isn't trying to like essentially steal your traffic. Um, when it comes to SEO, yes, you rank, but you should be doing just a little bit of Google ads. I wouldn't use it as your main strategy, but just like a sweep up strategy so that when somebody sees you, then um, it makes a little bit more of an impact. And if I can get you up, on some of these keywords, then if you're hit here and they don't click on the ad because most people skip them, and then you are like 4, 5, 6. Now they've kind of got like that second piece of, okay, I saw them here and they're 6. Let me just click, and your site's great. So, and your brand's great. The girls are great. So, once you get them in, I'm pretty sure that you can keep them. But you gotta just work a little bit harder on these like actual keywords that people are searching for. Instagram, it's great. You guys do a good job. I would just kind of keep doing what you're doing. Um, these are just like different keywords that people could be searching for that are a little bit more. And I'm sure that there's tons of these that I haven't even discovered. I'm not sure exactly which one you guys do, but yeah. What does BBL mean? Has a 74 per month. I'm not saying always compete in these spaces. Just there is a lot of surf traffic that you're not currently getting. BBL Scottsdale, 140 for the actual like location search. So I would definitely I would go a little bit harder on SEO. I think that you guys could make a little bit of an impact here. Um, and I think that it could grow your business a bit. I don't think it's going to be, it's definitely not going to be as much as your Facebook ads, but it's going to pair with your Facebook ads beautifully. Running a couple Google ads is also going to do the same, and might give you a little bit of a bump in your business for sure. So yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know. Be more than happy to help you out. Look over your stuff, and let's discuss. See ya. Thanks, man.